Good morning, everybody. Police escort through our next stop, coming up to the hotel. We have 3 squad cars this time. I feel pretty special. I'm feeling like a celebrity on this trip. Coming into Warsaw, Indiana. Enjoying our police escort. Headed up to the Ramada today, where we will be putting on a car show of our dozen cross-country World Race 2011 cars. Liato, Team CNG Pump, car number 5. Really happy all of you have been signing in and following us on the World Race 2011. Having a very exciting adventure. What a great group of guys. I don't know how many of you saw the Japanese restaurant video, but I think I'm laying off the sake for the rest of the trip. Sake no good for me. But we're coming all the way across the county. In our special parade. Last night at the Ford Museum, at the Ford Hotel, we had a very honorable guest show up at the hotel, the CEO of Ford Motor Company. They were having a large black suit and tie, formal evening gown party. Even got to see a couple Secret Service Escalades, black Escalades. You know, the ones with the jump seat way in the back end? Not quite sure whose that was. Nobody would tell me. But there were hundreds of people, all in black tux. And that was pretty nice of the CEO of Ford Motor Company to take time, come into the meeting room that we were having, and wish us well on our trip. Last night, each of the racers had a chance to get up and tell their story. I certainly do apologize, but I ran my camcorder battery completely dead. And I have a short leash charger, so I was not able to record that last night, to hear each of the drivers speak and tell their story of why they're in the World Race 2011. I'd like to hear from all of you. Tell me what type of things you'd like to see me record on this trip. If you have any ideas, take a look at the website, worldrace2011.com. It will have our agenda for the next 2 weeks on there, traveling across the country. Tomorrow we're headed to Indianapolis, where we'll be able to take a tour of the Speedway and the museum, and hopefully take our cars out on the track. They're trying to get special clearance for that. That would be very exciting. But if you have any thoughts or ideas of things you'd like to see, or if you'd like to come out and meet us at any of the events, all of you are welcome. We strongly support the media, newspapers, TV stations. Come on out. We'd love to talk to you and share our stories. This race for me is about promoting alternative fuels, particularly natural gas as a vehicle fuel, and sharing with the people across this incredible country the story about my dream, my vision, to make natural gas fueling a reality at home. No need for a public fueling station. You can have your own reliable home fueling station from cngpump.com. That's us. I welcome your phone calls, your emails, your texts on this trip. believe it or not, there's about 6 or 7 hours of driving during the day where it's really quiet. Not much going on. So I welcome your texts, your emails. You can email me at cngpump@gmail.com, or just send me a text at 920-636-0428. Love to hear your well wishes and thoughts. And I would love to meet all of you at any of our major events. We're going to be in Indianapolis, then we're going to be in Oklahoma, then we're going to be in Kansas, then Denver, then Utah, then Nevada, and then after that up to San Francisco, where we will have the awards banquet and very large gathering of people. At any of these events, I will be signing photo autographs of me and my car. All you have to do is ask if I don't offer one to you. I brought hundreds of them. Can always make more. I've handed out a couple hundred autographed photos already to fans from New York to Detroit. And it's really neat to see you guys show up and support us and believe in what we're doing and traveling the country and promoting alternative fuels. Actually, natural gas has gone beyond just being an alternative fuel. It's actually a very competitive fuel to gasoline, and I have noticed at the public pumps that natural gas is fairly consistently half the price of gasoline. So that's a good thing. It's a very good thing for me on this trip. We're burning a lot of fuel. There's a lot of fuel to be burned going from New York all the way to San Francisco. And we aren't going straight across. We're making major stops at major cities along the way, sharing our story. Glad to tell you everything I know about fueling with natural gas. You know, in trucking, business, delivery businesses, taxis, buses, fleets, we all have about the same overhead. And what makes the difference is keeping our fuel costs down. I noticed a lot of companies were telling me they're buying newer, more fuel-efficient vehicles. Well, in many states, you can add a very inexpensive add-on CNG add-on system. So you have a true bi-fuel vehicle that'll run on gasoline or natural gas, and it's completely automatic. If you run out of natural gas, the computer chip, I can show it to you right here, that little computer chip on the dash, it'll just automatically flip from natural gas to gasoline all by itself. We knew that the commercial market and the home market would be very, very big with natural gas. So we purposely built a larger compressor unit for the 20 to 30 gallon buses to fuel them overnight. And then we have smaller home models where you drive in the garage at night, hook up. It's not much more complicated than changing the propane tank on your gas grill. It's a quick disconnect, hooks onto your car, and it slow fuels overnight. Usually in about 2 to 3 hours, you have a full tank. And then there are some people that want a quick fill system, so we offer what's called our home fueling station with a 4-tank cascade system. And what that does, the compressor keeps those tanks always full. So you can drive up at any time and in 5 minutes completely fill your tank. Now, we don't recommend that for everybody, and not everybody will need that or the additional cost. But for those of you that have multiple vehicles at home, it might be handy just to be able to top off during the day. But usually most people will get about 200 miles of driving out of their slow fill overnight. And that covers 90% of the people and their commutes that they have. Well, we'd like to thank the Warsaw Area Sheriff's Department for this police escort up to the Ramada Inn. And check back later. Just remember, it's about the journey, not the destination.